Gosh, I have so much to say about the 2025 film Thunderbolts. This movie, the plot, the character arcs are really incredible. I hope that you enjoy this as much as I enjoy creating this video. This movie is really about loneliness. It's about recognizing your loneliness, reaching out, and finding the people who are your people, the people who you can connect with. And that message is so strong, in particular for a superhero movie. This movie isn't about anti-heroes. It's about human connection. And I'm so excited to be able to describe this to you. Early on in the film, we get to know Elena. She's bored. She's got a father who's kind of weird, and we find out through some kind of like flashbacks that she's incredibly lonely. At times, she kind of drank herself to sleep. She even says it to her dad when she's trying to connect with her dad. Early in the film, Elena interacts with these other quasi superhero heroes. We don't really know. But we find out that they're just like her. And then the ultimate surprise, Bob shows up out of nowhere. He like comes out of a case. And this character arrival is so good because we don't know anything about Bob when he arrives. All we know is that he's Bob and he's kind of useless and there's nothing to him until he gets in that moment where he's threatened and he levitates and he moves through and displays superhero qualities. But we find out that Bob was actually part of an experimental trial, and he was part of that trial because he was lost. He was part of that trial because he was in the middle of a foreign country. He was a meth addict. He had nowhere to go, and he was just looking to do something with his life. We find out that Bob suffers from depression. And as a superhero, that depression is something that he feels like he doesn't have control over, and it has a drastic impact on the people around him. We see a darker version of Bob who ultimately gets saved by Elena. And so Bob's character arc is he goes from someone who is completely depressed. He goes on an experimental treatment. He has no idea who he is or what's happened. He has amnesia, and then he wakes up as a completely different person. And that person is lonely. That person is broken. That person is dark sometimes. But his interactions with Elena and other team members comfort him, and they stave off that darkness. They bring him back from this place of complete destruction and unrest. And Bob, by the end of this film, Bob is content. So content that that dark person doesn't come back again, even in the post-credit scenes. Bob's 5-second moment of change is when Elena, they're in this kind of dream sequence in the dark place, and Elena runs up to him and hugs him and tells him that he's not alone and that he can't let this overtake him. Elena saves Bob in that moment and ends up saving the city. Elena, as she's dealing with all this as well, she's got this overeager dad who says, look, you're really going to love this when people are clapping for you. You're really going to love the person that you become. You just have to try to become that person. And to become that person, her dad is always kind of pushing her to become a superhero, to become something more than she is right now, to be that little girl who played soccer on the Thunderbolts soccer team. Elena, she begins her 5-second moment of change when she reconciles with her dad. Her dad finally says, you know what? I wasn't there for you. I wasn't there for you, but really, I want to be here for you now. And she says, let's give it a shot. And when she gives it a shot, she is open to becoming a team member. She is open to letting go of the past. And her remaining arc, the remaining things that she does in this film are a personification of overcoming that loneliness, a personification of being open to being part of a group, to finding her people. Elena and Bob, it's a wonderful character arc. It's a This film was full of surprising moments. As we watch it and kind of study it, we can see the foreshadowing. We can see uh, how each of these individuals comes together. All of the superheroes who aren't really superheroes play their part to be able to create this group that is magical. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.